Welcome to Black Couch. This is Shantae Darby here with Friendy Clervaud.
What's going on, everybody?
We're here at Pressmark Studios,
Oh, yeah.
and appreciate Mauricio Richardson for allowing us to use this space.
Yeah, thanks, Mauricio.
All right, today we're talking to Friendy about where he is and some of the roots that we been talking about earlier that you guys missed. But hey, welcome to the Black Couch, and let's get rolling. All right, cool. So,
Shantae Darby.
Oh man, I'm so glad to have you here
Same
on the
here,
couch,
buddy.
man. I'm glad you was we was able to fit it in our schedules.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You know how that is.
Yeah, most definitely. So, of course, we see you on TV. Okay, let's start with that. Let's talk about your journalism. You know, what are you doing now? All the facets.
Gotcha. Okay. So right now, of course, I'm the morning anchor on Good Day Columbia, Watch Fox in Columbia, South Carolina. Have the opportunity to anchor from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. 4 hours of news. That's a whole lot of news.
It's a lot.
But there's a lot happening across the Midlands and also across the world. We have to keep our viewers informed. Some people, they love a lot of local content. You'll be surprised. There are some individuals who don't watch the national news. Some people feel it's too polarizing. Some people feel that it's leaning or it's biased. And especially where we are in the climate, the political climate we're in right now, many people could say, I don't watch this network because I feel they're to the left. I don't watch this network because I feel they're to the right. But the the responsibility, I should say, for journalists is to bring both sides to the story. You might not agree on an issue, but I still have to show you both sides of it. And that's one of the things I have to keep on remembering to myself. So we're talking about politics, and we're talking about education, when we're talking about, perfect example, in the wake of what happened in Parkland, Florida, that massacre, 17 people were murdered in that high school. The big conversation now is, should teachers have guns in the classroom?
Wow, that's funny because we talked about that in our last episode.
Oh, okay.
Me and my wife. Definitely go back and watch that. I'll put a tag up here so you guys can go back and watch it. The name of it is What's Happening in Our Schools. All right, go back.
All right, so perfect. Yeah, so that example right there where we have to show both sides of it. You know, you have individuals who are talking about it's their constitutional right. Then you have individuals who are like, no, teachers don't have to be armed because it's just going to be too much. So there's two sides to the argument. So me as a journalist, I have to show you both. Because then if I just show you one side, then I'm biased. And then what happens is that's not journalism. You start skirting along the lines of being a commentator. I'm not a commentator. I'm a journalist. And that's one thing for a lot of people to know when they're watching certain networks or stations. Ask yourself, do you see commentary anywhere? Because then that will differentiate you between a journalist, because a commentator will just have his or her own opinion. And people don't want the opinion, they want facts.
That's good. That's good. So it's funny that you mentioned that you're from Florida.
Yeah, Miami, 305, baby.
I actually have family in Florida.
Okay.
In Miami, Florida. Yeah, I actually do.
And my wife is from Orlando too, so gotta go shout out to my baby.
That's what I'm talking about. So, wow, family.
Yeah.
Florida, and your family is from?
Yes, my family is from Haiti. So, sak pa to all the Haitians out there, Kijo New Year. I just said, how you doing? How are you? That's what I said in Creole. All right, so my parents are Haitian, and I have to tell you, I'm proud to be Haitian.
That's real.
Since I was a young boy, we learned French in the house, we learned Creole in the house. Everything, our ideology, our beliefs, customs, traditions, all stem from the Haitian mindset. Because that's what my parents knew. My parents migrated to the States, like in the 70s or the late 70s, early 80s and stuff like that. So for the most of their part, they've been Americanized, much I like to say. But even then, coming to America and understanding, hey, Coming to America, that's a good movie, by the way. But Sexual Chocolate.
I had to slip it in there, right?
I had to slip it in there.
Go ahead.
So when my family came to the States, they moved to Miami, Florida. And so being in Miami, everything that we did was, once again, from the Haitian perspective. And it taught me a lot. Haitians love family, and they're very collective.
Gotcha.
They're not individualistic. For instance, perfect example. Like within the Haitian culture, if it was up to my parents, after I graduated high school, I would still be living in their house going to college. Because that's how it is. Different cultures would be like, boy, you 18, get out my house.
Right.
Or whatever.
That's American culture.
Right. Or they'll be like, hey, if you're working or something. But with the Haitian culture, they really want their kids to stay next to them. And once again, it's not a knock on anybody else's culture, but that's what I've seen growing up. And one of the other things is interesting. Of course, I'm a broadcast journalist. But growing up, if you're Haitian, you understand this. If you're not a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, you can't do nothing in life.
Wow.
So growing up, many of our parents, that's what it was instilled, that these are the things you have to do. And also, it's not knocking them, but that's what they've seen. People who were successful. Right. When they look back in Haiti and looked at the individuals who were successful, who had family, who had a house, who had finances, who were stable. Those were some of those individuals. But when you come here into America, it's like, wait, you want to be an entrepreneur? You want to have your own business? What are some things that you could do? And even being on television, I'll never forget, me and my dad used to watch Jeopardy and Peter Jennings. And when we used to watch Peter Jennings on ABC News, World News Tonight, Peter Jennings, and I would watch my dad be so into the television.
Wow.
And then I would look at Peter Jennings, and I told my dad one day, I was like, you know what, I could do that. And I'll never forget, Peter did a story about finding Jesus or something like that. It was a story about retracing the steps of Jesus. It was something very spiritual. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, so you can talk about Jesus on the air? I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know you could do that. But the way he presented it as a journalist was to show, okay, these are the facts. This is what we could tell you. And so after that, I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. And that's how I got into journalism. I was in high school, which had a broadcast magnet program. That's how I kind of started doing news in high school.
Wow, that's cool, yo. That's really cool.
And years later, here I am.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
Still going strong.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. I find it very interesting as you talk about your Haitian roots.
Yeah.
And living and growing in America. It's like you still have it in you, like because that's what you grew up with.
That's right.
And with some of the decisions that you make now, I know you have a family.
Yeah. Wifey, two girls. Love you, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, with those decisions, like how do you differentiate what is the right decision, living in American culture, but having Haitian roots?
Gotcha. I don't want to sound cliche. The first thing I do is both me and my wife are believers. And so we pray. A lot of decisions like what we want to do. Okay, Lord, all right, Jesus, what direction do you want us to take? What can we do here? And then based off our experience, we think, okay, what would our parents do? Our parents did this before. Our parents told us this. We were told this, but we're going to take this route instead. And that's how we kind of are able to differentiate about a lot of things. But sometimes I don't want to say difficult, but sometimes you kind of just side with your roots, what you know.
Right.
Because when you've been taught a certain way for 17, 18 years of your life.
Right. And
then when you're like, even though like right now I'm 33, it's like everything that was instilled in you is still there. Still to this day, I can still hear my dad in my head. I can still hear my mom in my head. I mean, it could be like the craziest things like, make sure you don't walk out the house. Make sure you got a belt. Make sure you respect people. Make sure you look at folks. Make sure you say hi. I can still hear my dad and my mom over and over, and even some of the things that they taught us still in my head.
That's just the way of right to me,
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way of right, and that's so cool.
Yeah, and it's important because like nowadays, a lot of people feel as if you cannot embrace who you are.
Right.
Because so many times people feel as if, yes, we are in America, but I can't take away the Haitian side of me.
Right, you can't.
I mean, that's who I am.
That's who you are.
Unless I have a time machine and just go back to when I was a baby and then place myself in another family.
The thing is, why would you want to? Though?
Right.
Because that's what makes us who we are. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so important. And And I got to give a shout out. My wife actually wrote a book about cultural awareness, dispelling cultural stereotypes, and she hits on that embracing your heritage. So that's what. So definitely, I embrace my heritage.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, all right, shifting a little bit.
Yeah.
You have Trendy Fraendy.
Yes, Trendy Fraendy.
Let's talk about this. Where did that come from? You know, of course, you know, Fraendy have definitely a different and a very high sense of style.
Yeah.
And go for it.
I have to say, honestly, the style came from both my dad and my mom, and more so my mom. Because growing up, I mean, my mother, her earrings had to match her dress, had to match the shoes, had to match the this, had to match the that. And you're looking like, okay. And then with my dad, the suit had to be fitted. Wow. It had to, you know, everything was to the T. And so, you're gonna laugh at me. When I was in high school, after I got my braces off, so you know, you get your braces off, you feel like you're brand new.
Right.
And I had a calendar in my closet. And every day I would write what I wore to school, so I wouldn't wear the same clothes the next day.
Hey, but you had a system though.
Yeah, I had a system.
Man.
So Monday, if I wore a red polo shirt with like blue jeans and red sneakers, okay, I wrote it down until 3-4 weeks later. And that's exactly what I did. And so my sister and my brother would clown on me all the time, like, you got a calendar?
Wow.
I'm like, no, yeah, man, I can't wear the same thing twice in 1 week.
Because I'm brand new.
Yeah, brand new. Yeah, I got the braces off, and so now we ready.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so it kind of trickled into that.
Okay.
In college though, wasn't so much stylish, just meaning because, you know, in college, you kind of finding who you are, understanding certain things, so my mindset wasn't really there. But then after I left and I got a job, it was more so, okay, I gotta get this together. So then Trendy Fraendy came together, because people always be like, okay, your name's Fraendy? I'm like, yeah. And so when they start watching me, like, man, you really trendy. And then I was like, Trendy Fraendy.
Wow.
I was like, okay, let me put those two together.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so ever since then, so I started an Instagram page where I started taking pictures of my ties, my pocket squares, and now that has branched off into vlogging, video vlogging, where I teach guys the history of fashion and things that they need to know.
That's cool. Yep. That's cool. Well, Fraendy, man, it's been a pleasure.
Same here, Shante. Dog.
Having you here. Definitely going to tag his Instagram page and his YouTube page in this video as well. I'm going to tag his wife's book, so you can go check that out. And anything else that you need to know, definitely comment below.
Yes, please do that.
If you have any questions for Fraendy, myself, and also if you would like to
be on the couch yourself.
Exactly what I was about to say. Exactly what I was about to say. If you want to be on the couch, definitely let me know, and we can get you on here. So, anything, any last words, anything you want to say?
Words. Let me see the last words. Okay. I'm a superhero person.
Okay.
I love superhero movies like Marvel. I've been on Marvel for so long. I remember seeing all the show, all the Thor, Iron Man, but of course, Wakanda forever, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that's a really good. It really could, and helps you escape a lot of stuff too. So many times I would just watch a movie, an action movie, though.
Right.
A superhero kind of takes your mindset away from things. I remember on Saturday mornings we would watch X-Men, the cartoon.
Oh, got you.
We used to watch. I used to see Wolverine, used to see Cyclops, and all of that. And I enjoyed it, and still to this day, I'm a big superhero fan.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So, hey, superhero Fraendy.
That's right.
Check out. Do you have like a with your Trendy Fraendy thing?
Yeah.
Do you have a store, or you just present different outfits and things together?
Just present different outfits. Okay. Don't have a store yet.
Okay, yeah. Maybe
that's the thought. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
So what I basically do is, as you go on the page, I kind of show the different styles that I do, and many times a lot of people are like, oh, I wouldn't think about doing that.
Right.
And then sometimes I even put on, hey, I got this inspiration from another dude.
Gotcha.
And so, hey, here it is. Not ashamed to say I got, a style from somebody else. So
that's cool. That's cool. All right. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be collaborating with a lot of people for the Black Couch series, because y'all seem to enjoy that. So I really appreciate it. Definitely check out the Black Couch, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.